they are talking about the failed relationship of them dating and why they not dating no more, why they didn't start dating to begin with. And the gentleman, he states a reason as to why he didn't want to engage in a relationship, and the women tell him why he ain't shit for opinions. Uh,
Sound like breakup boot camp.
Something like that. But go ahead and roll this beautiful bean footage, producer.
Turn off was when I asked
She
that
finna make us something
question
right now.
about would you date a single mother? And Jacoby, you proceeded to tell me that basically you're a high value man and you are too good for a single mother. However, you did also tell me that you were raised by a single mother, which is profound for me to think that a single mother's not good enough for you, but it's good enough for a woman to raise you. That's unfair. And it's very insensitive to women out there who have children.
What makes you think you're a high value man? The car you drive?
No, the value I put out into the world.
What about your character?
I have great character. I've built myself to basically have better choices. You want to know why? Because women can choose and make a choice.
They can.
They can say, I don't want to date a man that makes less than 6 figures.
They can.
And then what are you doing?
But
You're
we're not
demeaning a man.
talking about that.
Women
That's
can
not
talk
the
about their
situation at
What I
hand.
want
Listen,
to
hold
be
on.
That's not
A
the
woman can say, I
conversation.
won't date a man less than 5'8", and the man could be 5'4". Do they care about
What does that have to do
ostracizing all of those
with
men?
anything?
If a fat man is sitting here, he can be a fat man, right? But if a fat woman is sitting here, you would say, oh no, we're body positive. Oh no, we can't say that. We can't. It's all about picking her up. So every time it's saying something for a man,
bro,
it's down.
You got a lot on your back.
Yeah,
okay.
man.
So what I
I'm
want to be
just saying
clear,
equal
not
rights.
just for you, but for everybody out there, is the car you drive, your resume, your bank account, your accolades is not what makes you a high value man.
Definitely not.
We are all defined by the sum of our deeds and our character. And you, brother, are coming up to the sum of zero.
Okay.
The turnoff
So
when I asked the
And make
question.
it
it was a lot, and I actually want to replay the video and talk about it a little bit more. But at the end part, I just want to go back to her reading of this individual.
Mm-hmm.
Went on to tell us about what's not a high value man, what kind of car you drive, what kind of shit, this, that, and the third, and it's about your character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he said anything against that in the entirety of the video. Now, what she's trying to assign as moral character is your willingness to take on the duties of raising another man's child as a mark of you having good moral character.
Hey, hey, hey. You see that look on dude's face? That's how the fuck I feel every fucking week.
Hey, yo, look, just
Like,
talk about this.
I'm talking about dude. Like, you
Alright.
see how he like these bitches ain't finna. Like, I know they have their own viewpoint, but they are not finna agree to clear shit. You see it, look on his face. He saw that bitch finna deflect as he was saying the shit. Like, this bitch can't argue with this, but she's finna. And she was looking like, like a fat nigga can sit right here and we call him fat all we want. She was in her mojo, like, yeah, I'm finna ain't nothing I can disagree with here, but I'm finna do it. That's how I be feeling.
Yeah, yep, you right. I don't know. It's just
I had to turn my camera on for that. I when that nigga, she was the look on her face, I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is she finna disagree with? And she's sitting there, she was getting primed, and he was getting scared. The look on his face was getting nervous. He thought he was dropping a bomb on that bitch, and he was looking at her face of the bitch primed to respond and not listen. I had to turn my fucking camera on. Like, motherfucker was dropping some shit a bitch could not disagree with, and she still disagreed. That
you
shit
got
was
anything
beautiful.
to add, Mr. Professor?
It's wild that she actually agreed with him in her disagreement, because he said that what makes me a high value man ain't what I have, is my character.
He says the value I put into the world.
Mm-hmm. And
And I
she
think what
said,
he meant by that character.
yeah. And he said, I have great character. And she said, well, what makes you a high value man isn't what your car, your resume, none of this. That's what he said. Yeah, she went out of her way to agree with him and then just disagree with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just I'm of the mind state. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Nobody wants your badass kids. Uh, and you shouldn't be holding these men. Um, you shouldn't be holding these men to the stand to the tune of you ain't shit because you don't want to take care of my responsibilities. That's perfectly within his wheelhouse to be able to have a standard for the women that he chooses to have a relationship with. You don't want a man that doesn't have a certain job. And you are perfectly able to say that shit. And it's perfectly acceptable for that being the criteria in which you're choosing to make.
Oh,
But me having a standard of no baby mamas. And the other thing, they do that dumbass argumentative tactic like it was good enough for your mama. So yeah, I saw my mama struggle. I saw my mama be not have a suitable relationship with any man for my young adult life. I saw how she frustrated these individuals. Hell, I saw how I was a little asshole to these motherfuckers half the time. How much strife I made her put into it.
hey, we
I
need to have.
saw how my father kept coming back over to the crib hitting my mom's while she was supposed to be dating this dude. He supposed to be the boyfriend, but
Hey,
my pop's still coming over and smashing.
hey,
These are
hey,
things that men think about when they are assessing whether or not they want to deal with the woman who has a child.
hey, this is why I need to be on a motherfucking I don't know what I ain't gonna say realer. I don't even know how to say it because I don't want to have. There's so many real conversations that I had that you niggas just leave me out to dry, and I don't want to put black women out here, but yeah, because we grew up with these hoes. So like the shit that we see, like the shit that they be fucking lying on Facebook about, we see. And until black women and men who grew up under a single woman say, hey, this is what my mama was doing. Like, I don't give a fuck what she was presenting to the world. This is why I don't respect single women, because my mama was doing this. And I don't give a fuck what you presented to the world, bitch. I saw this.
I know the truth. I peeked behind the curtains and I've seen it, and I don't want it.
Is I'm not gonna put my mama out there is because I don't feel like this is a safe space. Like motherfuckers' mama's just gonna be perfect. And then at the end of the day, my mama gonna be out here bad. But what happens to most motherfuckers, and I've seen most motherfuckers, mamas and cribs and shit, is that it's just you know what I'm saying? Mama got 12 motherfuckers in the house and grandmama house. Mama living in first off, mama living in grandmama house. That's the first thing. So that's your role model for life, not just manhood. So now when I don't have a job, realize my only role model didn't have any reason for me to have a job because they didn't have anything. They were in their mama house. And so now I'm coming up under that like, hey, I can do that. I could do that standing on my head. So now I don't have to go get a job. All I have to do is stay at my mama house, like my mama did. See, my mama did it with a job.
What Jody say? You ain't never leave the house. Why I gotta leave the house?
You ain't never leave the house. Why I got to leave the house? Right?
The answer to that question
You
was
got the house when your mama died, and now you want me.
The answer to that question though is because you a man. And them's the rules.
Hey, I've been living on my own since 15, 16.
I ain't talking about you as an individual.
Oh, I'm about to say, shit.
You know
I
what
used to
I'm
go.
Hey,
I used to flip flop between 45th and 67th in Marshfield, nigga. But see, that's what I'm saying. Even in those situations,
I'm talking about Jody. Ain't talking about you.
No,
G.
I look. I'm finna take the shit off. Let's start with me. At 14, right? I stayed 6728 South Marshfield.
Yeah,
6728.
don't give your whole address. Nobody needs to know all this shit.
The fucking house is gone, nigga. It's nothing. It's just a pile of rubble there now. That motherfucker got torn out, right? So 14 stayed there. From where we moved after that. Moved on.
You finna get
I don't,
everybody all the answers to all your security questions and shit.
nigga. I don't have any security questions.
It's a joke, fam.
Yeah. Then we moved somewhere. I don't know. But then, 45th and Lake Park. We moved on 45th and Lake Park. Now, that was the first of all of this gentrification shit. That was the first block. So all this.
Yeah, it was crackers on your block back then.
Yeah, all that gentrification shit in the hood. That was the very first block. In 19, Tony is a very big fucking lawyer. Tony somebody was a real big motherfucker. He started that shit then. And so now we got 15, 18-foot ceilings, all the shit hood rats want today. We had the Jordans of 96. 15-foot ceilings, the drop down fan that come 37 feet down from the ceiling, but still 4 feet off the, like, we had all the shit that these hoes looking for now, that these hoes is suffering for now. I suffered for it in 1995. We got there in June. Our fucking lights was off by July. She couldn't pay the light bill because the rent was fucking $1,300, $1,400, $1,500. So I went back on Marshfield because ain't no lights. I'm not standing here with no fucking lights. Only time I went over that motherfucker was to fuck when I wanted to take bitches over there because it was the fucking new gentrified ass fucking 13-foot ceilings. Same shit you bitches doing now. Living outside of y'all means so y'all can post pictures and shit. Not telling motherfuckers the lights ain't on. Never. Y'all not eating. Ever. Yeah. So then, motherfucker Tony didn't like that shit. My mom was pretty, but she wasn't putting out. So 3-4 months of not paying those bills, bitch, you gotta go. And what we do, had to go. Get the fuck out of there. She went from there back to Marshfield. On Marshfield, we had rats and roaches. When I say rats, I mean rats. Nigga, New York Teenage Mutant Ninja Master Splinter Turtle ass rats. This nigga tell you about them motherfuckers. One day this nigga is playing the game. I don't know what the fuck he playing, but he is playing the game. And I am standing 20 feet away from this nigga. He keeps flicking his shoulder like, no, nigga, you got next or something. I can't remember what he said. Like, no, nigga, I'm good. Or damn, nigga, stop. Some shit. But he was talking to me thinking I was pulling on him to play the game next. The fucking rat. I'm standing 20 feet on. I can't remember what this nigga said to me, but he was like, no, nigga, some shit, like, but whatever. It wasn't me, it was a rat. Nigga, so we went from there to where the fuck we go from? Oh, that's when I sent her out of there. I'm like, hey, moms, both of us don't have to be in this shit. You know what she said?
You right. She said, you right.
You right. And she left me in that motherfucker and went and moved in with a fucking boyfriend. And where from there was 76 and goddamn East End. So when the winter time came and it get cold, I'll go over there on East End. Because we didn't have no fire. When I first moved on Marshfield, I didn't know how to pay the lights or the gas. So it wasn't neither one of them motherfuckers. Then I eventually figured out how to pay the lights at the currency exchange on 69th and Ashland. So yeah. Then I figured out how to play. Man, look. So point needless to say, this is why motherfuckers don't give a fuck about the diaspora when they get grown. Because we got to not talk about that shit. Because now everybody got their shit together. And now you 40, mama 60, and now she deaconess at the church. And now can't nobody talk about that shit. But the 40-year-old man has to date through it. And he has to navigate that shit. He has to navigate knowing 9 bitches just like his mama. Because his mama had friends. and his mama was the best one. So he could only imagine how the ugly fat bitches houses used to be. Like, so he thinking his mom is the top tier, and she was fucking horrible. So now he just has no fucking respect for anybody in that suit or wears that
That carries that
particular
moniker.
aesthetic. Yeah, who has that particular. No, it's an aesthetic. They have a particular look about them or particular. Damn, it's something. It's the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they. It's something they exude, and it's like 90% of the bitches today. And they think we can't see that, but the trick is, you're dating Jodies. You're dating, and not just Jodies. You're dating the little. What was the little nigga that raped me in front of my son? You're dating that son who watched this shit, who knows it, and now he's grown
I
and
don't
knows
want that. I don't want her.
Not. I don't want her. I want her. I want a motherfucker just like my mama. But this is what I'm gonna pay for her. Like, I'm not gonna allow you to inflate the bill. I like that bitch, but I know that you put the dishes in the fucking stove instead of washing them, ho. I'm not finna allow you to inflate the bill. That's what's going on. I like oodles and noodles. You're not finna tell me it's ramen. Bitch, this is oodles and noodles. Give me my bowl. Take the chopsticks out that motherfucker. Give me my fucking bowl and my fucking fork. That's what it is. People keep trying to dress up oodles and noodles like it's ramen. And men is like, no, we love oodles and noodles, but make no mistake, this is not ramen. This is not the shit you are hastily put together to appear like. This ain't ramen.
Hey, fam, I was with you all the way up until right about now.
What? Ramen is a very expensive dish. Oodles and noodles ain't.
I get that analogy.
What he is saying is what I took. I don't want you bitches. Period. No, I don't. Not that I don't want you bitches to come and say that you single mothers and be. No, I just don't want you bitches. Period. I don't want you single mother bitches at all. Not that you dressing it up to make it look like something that is not. I just don't want y'all. That's it. That's all.
See, that's the thing.
I don't want women with children.
No, that's not it. Lil Wayne said it best. I wish I could fuck every girl in the world, but you're not finna overcharge me for what you did to the Cold Crush. That's what it is. We're not finna be overcharged. I'll eat caramel corn off the floor.
No,
but we're both finna recognize that it is off the floor.
See, I know where you at now. You overshot the mark, man. No, I'm not eating this shit off the floor with you. I don't want to do none of that none of that struggle shit that you got going on.
See, that's where men need to tell the truth. Men will eat off the floor with
doing.
a bitch. No, men will eat off the floor with a bitch, but you're not gonna overcharge us.
No. What do you mean? We not. The point is, I don't have to put up with this shit.
Yes,
so I'm not.
Right.
And that's the end of it.
But
it's
we
not,
need to be.
Well, just admit that we eat off the floor and it'll be cool. No, bitch.
Yes, that's what it is. Just admit we eat off the floor and it'll be cool.
No, it won't be. We're not eating off the floor. Period. Don't give a fuck if you admit it or not.
Well, you the first man I heard say that.
He's the first man you heard tonight say it, fam. That's what he's saying.
I don't know him. I'm talking about niggas I actually know through years and I've seen.
You actually know, yeah.
And niggas ain't never, niggas don't live by that credo. I have not yet met a nigga who lives by that credo.
Hey, look.
Not one. You're the first one.
There's an increasing amount of men who live by that credo. I am in a group chat with several of these motherfuckers.
And they may say things. Men are definitely talking like women. They say shit they don't believe. They'll say some shit.
Look, if you want to say they're not standing on what they believing in, well, they're not standing on what they saying. That's a whole nother thing.
No,
But
that's
what
literally
they're
the
saying,
thing. That means they're
what
not
they're
doing what.
saying is, I ain't fucking with it. Hey, look, I'm not finna get into these arguments with you about whether or not motherfuckers is or ain't fucking with these bitches.
That's literally the conversation.
That's not the conversation, fam. The conversation is, should this nigga have standards or not? Is it
But having
okay
standards
for him to
mean
have
not
a
fucking with them.
standard or
You know
not?
what having a standard means? Not just saying the shit. So
Man,
that's the conversation we're having.
look, no, but you see how you do it? The question was, is it okay for him to have a standard or not? And then you saying, no, I ain't answering that question. Fuck that. I'm taking it here. And that's cool if you want to do that, but understand that that's what you're doing. You're changing the conversation. We were talking about whether or not it's okay for a man to have standards. What do those standards look like? And whether or not they should be accepted by women.
But I
Also,
think
how women try to impress upon or impose upon this individual man their condemnation about his decision-making process regarding having standards.
all right, so we don't take no. So all right, let me get this straight, and then we can move forward after here. So disregard the fact that I've never seen a man with standards. We just talking about the talking points, the fact that someone is saying it, and so let's have a conversation based on a conversation. Is what you're saying?
No,
Huh?
I don't want you to ignore anything, fam. Talk about what you talk about.
That's
Do
you're
it how
saying the exact opposite. That's what I do. I talk about the inconsistencies of what these lying ass niggas is trying to say, and then you say, "Hey, you can't talk about that." Like, oh
and
shit!
you can't talk about it. I prefer to. I what I was talking about was one thing. What the video was talking about was the thing. You are expounding the conversation into a different direction, and that's fine. The
I
question
see this.
was, can men
Hey,
have standards?
right, but
I brought it out to point to a certain part of the video where she was trying to guilt this individual or try to talk about his character in terms of it being poor because he does not want to date a woman that has a child. And I'm
I
saying that
I'm
is
with you.
that is
I'm with you. But if I walk up on a conversation in a group of lions, and they talk about can lions be vegan, and I know ain't none of these motherfuckers vegan. Like I'm not allowed to talk from that point. Damn, what the conversation is.
I didn't say what you were allowed to do, fam. I said you could talk about whatever you want to talk about.
No, you make it seem like it's disruptive though,
No,
because
I'm
I
saying
won't let I won't go
we was
along to
talking
get
about a
along.
thing. You changed it to a different thing, and that's fine. We could talk
I
about
just
that
told
different
I just
thing.
told you why though. You act like it's disruptive though. Like
I
if I walk
didn't.
up
I
on
didn't say
a
that just
group of
now.
lions, if I
Did I
walk
say
up
that
on a
about
group of
this?
lions talking
When
about
you
being
said
vegan,
this was disruptive, you're changing you're shifting the topic, the focal point of the conversation directly. Yes, but it's not disruptive. This is cool conversation. I don't have no issues with none of this shit we going over right now. As opposed, actually, I have a problem with this part right now. The the dialogue about the dialogue. I have an issue with that. But the actual conversation we were having, fine. I was just trying to redirect you to what the actual point of the catalyst of the conversation. What the
right?
jump off
Dream
part,
with
what we
you.
were
That's what I
talking
just
about.
said. I asked you. I said, "Do you want me to dream with you?" You said no. I said, "Well, if I walk up on a gaggle of liars talking about being
Well, you
vegans,
know
and I
what?
know for
My bad. Fuck it. Dream with me.
there you go. I asked you that.
Cool. Cool. I'm
Literally
saying
asked you that.
my
Just
bad.
dream with me, baby.
Dream with
That's
me. My
it,
bad.
right? I say, you want me to dream with you, baby? Motherfucker say, no, I want you to tell the truth. I'm like, well, if I
My
walk
bad.
up on a
My
group of
bad.
liars
My
that
bad. My
talk about
bad. I
being
got you
vegan,
now. I got you now. We don't need to talk about it for another 10 minutes.
oh,
Dream
all
with
right,
me.
yeah, there you go.
We don't need stream. We don't need dream. We got shit now. And then he died. Rest in peace, Frank Bell.
Rest in peace, Stringer. How about rest in peace in a fictitious character, fam?